IT Infrastructure Automation Using Ansible by Waqas Irtiza. Up and running with Ansible. An average day in the life of an IT administrator is like watching grass grow. Whether router configuration, virtual machine creation, patching servers, deploying applications, or performing security audits, it's all about completing the same tasks n number of times on n different machines every day. It is as mundane as it gets. Programmers code their way out of this ordeal by writing scripts. Administrators, sadly, aren't fluent coders. That's where Ansible bridges the gap between programmers and administrators. Simply put, Ansible is an open-source automation engine-cum-deployment and orchestration tool. It gives system and network administrators the power to automate and scale IT environments exponentially. Using Ansible, system, network, and cloud administrators and developers can finally break the repetition curse and automate everything from configuration management and app deployment to service orchestration and infrastructure provisioning. Moreover, Ansible is entirely agentless. It functions directly by connecting nodes within a system through the industry default SSH protocol. The same protocol public and private cloud platforms, networking equipment, locally hosted ESX Windows and Linux servers use, making Ansible a perfect fit for all IT automation needs. At its core, Ansible includes 4 key components: the control node, manage nodes, inventory, and playbooks. The real magic is seen in a Linux machine with Ansible installed, the control node. Unlike other automation tools, client software installation on all nodes isn't necessary in Ansible. One privileged user is enough. Linked with it are the hosts or managed nodes, the servers or IT devices requiring automation. Nest the hosts in a group, and it gets the inventory tag. Put simply, a list of managed nodes or hosts. The final component is the playbook, an ordered list of saved commands that does all the legwork. Written in yet another markup language, or YAML, it adds a programming zest to Ansible and enables us to play with complex variables, loops, and conditional statements. Ansible, lab setup and installation. Installing Ansible is a 2-click affair. However, setting up a fully functional lab is a little tricky. First, install a virtualization tool like Oracle VirtualBox to extend multiple OS. Once done, configure managed nodes, though it is not necessary as one Linux system can work both as the control node and the host. Finally, it's time to install Ansible. During installation, multiple options based on OS will appear. Choose yours. Moreover, Ansible is a powerhouse for host management. It comes with advanced automation features such as passwordless login, host management with SSH credentials, and Ansible Vault to help administrators manage multiple hosts without raising any red flags. Ansible Vault alone is a breath of fresh air in the ever-vulnerable IT world, as it adds an extra layer of protection by encrypting SSH credentials. Exploring Ansible ad hoc mode and playbooks. Ansible offers administrators 2 trails, the ad hoc mode and playbooks. The former is a command line tool, enabling you to automate a single task, while the latter automates a series. The ad hoc mode is one-time use, quick and easy automation tool. Just define the parameters and let it automate. However, you have to repeat the same every time. Let's say you have to manage hundreds of hosts, copy thousands of files, or reboot multiple servers beyond reach. Type a single ad hoc command and it gets the job done in a jiffy. In contrast, Ansible playbooks automate multiple tasks. Every administrator will testify that automating an activity is not a single task, it is a series. Playbooks allow administrators to list all these tasks in easy-to-understand YAML and get right to automation by leveraging the power of variables, conditional statements, and loops. Ansible's variables are no different from the common ones. Simply put, it is a symbolic name of a memory location where data is stored. To identify them, look for double curly brackets. However, Ansible's conditional statements share zero resemblance with the old ones, yet still their function is the same, imposing if, only if, and if and only if clauses. As for the loops, they minimize repetitive coding through logic. In summary, Ansible playbooks offer simple, repeatable configuration management solutions to automate multi-machine deployment systems and complex apps. Always remember, playbooks start from 3 hyphens and end on 3 dots. The ABC of Ansible playbooks. Writing meaningful playbooks is next to impossible without understanding Ansible modules. After all, the modules carry the routines. In simple words, they are the codes written to tell Ansible how to automate. Luckily, it has thousands of built-in modules, categorized into groups as per their functionality: system, command, file, database, cloud, and Windows. Further, IT infrastructure automation requires knowing your way around loops, handlers, and tags. 2 commands you ought not to forget are with _items and with _nested. The former creates loops, while the latter creates loops within loops. Loops work brilliantly for automating activities. However, it isn't enough to complete complex ones with multiple conditional clauses. You must add a handler for such cases. A handler is a task that only runs when triggered by another. You can configure the trigger per need and make it dependent on 1 or more tasks. Moreover, when automating complex activities, forgetting to tag is a mistake no administrator can afford. Using tags, you can easily include or exclude any resource from your playbook with simple one-liners. Just like problems are part of life, errors are a common sight in Ansible. Betting on never making an error is absurd. It is better to learn how to deal with them. First, it is essential to know what counts as a playbook error. Failure to reach the server doesn't. It's a connectivity issue. Playbook errors are syntax errors. By default, Ansible stops execution at failure. Add an extra space or dash at the wrong place and it refuses to process. In a simple playbook, ignore _errors, :yes gets things moving. However, that isn't enough to force the execution of playbooks with handlers. For that, you must use force _handler: :yes. Ansible makes automation simple. Thus, there's no need to work with complex playbooks. Split them into smaller, readable ones, and move forward without a glitch. Ansible for network administration. Network administration of a large-scale IT infrastructure is a tough row to hoe. Network engineers put in long hours to extract information, identify issues, and troubleshoot. Their work lies beyond the limits of practicality. It is humanly impossible to individually log in to thousands of switches in a network and optimize. On the other hand, Ansible does it with a one-line ad hoc command in a couple of minutes. Moreover, Ansible has hundreds of modules for automating networking activities. Luckily, you don't have to search the bag of advanced ones to get day-to-day network administration done. Just 2 are enough: command and config. The first monitors network switches while the second configures. Further, it is essential to remember that Ansible modules require Python on managed nodes, and devices in an IT infrastructure usually don't have it. So use Ansible's raw module to automate. It doesn't require Python. Moreover, this module is not vendor-specific and can easily automate any, including Cisco, Juniper, and Arista. That shows the versatility of Ansible. It supports everything. Ansible for system administration. Some say system administrators have simple jobs: manage users, install services, copy and paste. In reality, it is tenfold more backbreaking. System administrators handle bulk script execution, package management, services management, files and folder management, and firewall management, to name a few. Thankfully, Ansible does it all. Through Ansible, administrators can easily automate any system administration task from simple to complex. For some, mere ad hoc commands do the trick, while others require writing playbooks. Moreover, Ansible has system administration modules for both Linux and Windows servers. Here's how Ansible helps. Let's say a vendor gave you a script to execute on all remote servers. To do so, you must copy it on every server, execute, and get the output. You can either switch your availability off for days and get it done, or get over it in minutes using Ansible's script module. The choice is yours. That's how Ansible automates. Different modules, same logic. Cloud administration and beyond. The charm of Ansible isn't only for network and system administrators. Cloud administrators can also level up. Ansible automation supports all major cloud service vendors, including AWS, Google Cloud, and Microsoft Azure. With Ansible, administrators can provision and manage resources in the cloud efficiently. In truth, it cannot get any easier than this. All that's needed is to Google the desired module, access Ansible documentation available online, and write playbooks that make cloud space age. So, when are you automating your IT infrastructure with Ansible to go up a level? In a nutshell, Ansible is entirely agentless and works directly by connecting nodes through the SSH protocol. The automation engine includes 4 key components: control node, managed nodes, inventory, and playbooks. Ansible is installed only on the control node, a Linux machine. It offers advanced automation features including passwordless login, host management with SSH credentials, and Ansible Vault. Ansible offers 2 automation trails, the ad hoc mode and playbooks. All playbooks are written in yet another markup language, YAML. Ansible has thousands of built-in modules segregated into groups as per their functionalities. It is essential to look out for syntax errors while writing playbooks, as Ansible stops execution at failure. Ansible can automate complex networking activities with a one-line ad hoc command. Ansible has hundreds of task-oriented modules for both Windows and Linux system administration.